Before we begin applying Lightener, I'm going to teach you how to mix like a pro to optimize your color results. So here are the basics when mixing Lightener at home. You're going to need a couple tools. The first one's going to be gloves. Whenever we're mixing chemicals, wearing gloves is going to keep your hands protected. Next, you're going to need a non-metallic bowl. Beaker, whisk, powdered Lightener, paired with our desired developer. So now that I have my gloves on, it's time to mix. What's important is to read the instructions before I mix. So knowing that I'm using the ion powder Lightener, I know that the instructions say that I need to be using a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 ratio. So if we have a 1-to-1 ratio, we know that it's equal parts. So whatever amount of powder I'm using, I need to equal the amount of developer that I'm using. To begin, we're gonna take a scoop from our Lightener. What's great about the ion Lightener is that it's already measured out to be 1 ounce with our scooper. I'm gonna place that into my mixing bowl. Next, we're gonna measure out our developer. And when you read a beaker, it should say ounces on one side. So if we'd like to make an equal parts ratio, we know we put 1 ounce of Lightener in, so now we need to measure out 1 ounce of developer. I like to get level with my beaker so I know I'm not tilting my beaker. And I'm going to pour 1 ounce. Now I'm ready to mix the two. I'm going to pour the developer into my bowl with my Lightener. This is my magic whisk, mixing it good. When would you use a 1-to-1 ratio as opposed to a 1-to-2 ratio? The developer gives us more of that like liquidy, creamy substance. So our 1-to-1 ratio is going to be a thicker consistency. When we do a 1-to-2 ratio, because we're adding in more of that liquid element, it's gonna be a little bit more stretched, a little bit more runny. So whenever we want product to be displaced further, we might use a 1-to-2 ratio. Whenever we're doing a root retouch where we really want to make sure that Lightener stays just on the root, we might want a thicker consistency. It's really important to make smaller bowls and just remix as you move along because the horsepower is its strongest right when we mix that Lightener. Therefore, if we mix too much Lightener and then apply it to all of our head, the beginning pieces might process really, really long and very quickly, whereas the pieces that receive the Lightener last are not going to reach that same level of lift. That's why if we start small, mix, remix, each time we go to apply, we know we're getting that same consistent energy and horsepower that we need to get the results we want. I also want you to know that Lightener never actually stops working. You might notice a processing time on your Lightener instructions, which you should always go by those when to rinse. Color might have a processing time of say 20 or 45 minutes, but the color stops working at that point. Lightener is not the same. Lightener can still change and move the hair, removing the melanin, even at a slower pace. So we want to make sure that we're still maintaining that same horsepower and getting the color lift that we want by rinsing it at that 50 mark and then going ahead and reapplying. And a DIY tip I love for beginners or people doing their hair at home is to use a lower developer volume when making your Lightener. Why is that? It's because it's going to work slower. It gives you more time to apply your Lightener at home. So now that you know how to mix, you're ready to go. So have fun, be creative, and let us know what you think. Thanks for watching DIY University by Sally Beauty. Be sure to like and subscribe and click on one of these videos. Why would we use a 1-to-1 ratio as a poozed?